Automation for Meta is not asking ChatGPT to write copy for your ads. This is just text generation. When I talk AI with marketeers, I get the same question every time. Okay, AI agent looks cool, but what are real use case for my day-to-day job? So I decided to make that video to show you 5 use cases that I use every week on real accounts. So no theory, real stuff on the real accounts. A very simple way to start using automation for Meta ads management that I use pretty much every week is using an AI agent to check the ad fatigue you might have in your account. Because today, what's important in Meta is having good data, good pixel, good conversion API data, and a lot of creatives. Okay, so you need to be on top of which creatives are working and start to see if your performance are degrading for some of the ads that you have. And checking ad fatigue used to take time because you need to do a lot of export, sifting through the data, but the agent can actually do that for you. So for this example, I'm using a very tiny prompt, super simple, just asking the agent to check the click-through rate and the frequency past 7 days versus the 7 days before and flag if the CTR dropped more than 20% week over week, or if the frequency is above 3, which would indicate ad fatigue. So you're totally right. It's a very simple prompt. You can customize the prompt. You can look at something else, but this is just for the example. So I'm giving the prompt to the agent, and the agent will sift through the account, get the data, do the analysis, and tell me if it spot ad fatigue in my ads in my Meta ad account. The agent finished his job, and it's been checking week on week for the ad fatigue. And as you can see here, he flagged 0 ads that show signs of ad fatigue, so a CTR drop or frequency too high. So it's a good example on how you can use simple specific prompt to do very specific task. And the good thing is that the AI agent can run that every day on all of your accounts. Okay, it's just going to take minutes. So this is one prompt that I like to use on Meta to check my creative ad fatigue at scale. What I love to do with my AI agents is to do health check on my Meta account. When is the last time that you actually checked that your pixel was firing properly, or that your conversion APIs was recording events, or if you were missing some UTMs in your ads? Those are the kind of tasks that you don't do every day because you don't have time, but an agent can totally do it. So I'm using the agent to do so. So I've prepared a prompt that will check those different stuff on my Meta ad account. So I will give the prompt to my agent, and the agent will connect to my Meta ad account, run a bunch of API calls to basically find if my pixel was active today, if the conversion API is actually enabled and working, if some ad sets are still in learning phase, if I have disapproved ads, or if I'm missing some UTM tags in my URL. So the agent will check that at once and give me an answer. So I don't even have to look at the agent working. I can do something else, and I have my health check done for me by the agent. And the good thing is that I can actually schedule the task. So for the example, I just gave the prompt to the agent to do it, but I could create a scheduled task to run every day or every Monday. So you don't have to go manually and check all of your accounts. The agent will do that for you. So let's wait a minute for the agent to work, and let's see what I come up with. Pixel was active today, that's a pass, perfect. We record events. Conversion API enabled because it's seen hits in the last and events in the last 24 hours, that's perfect. We have still some ad set in learning phase, so something that we need to keep an eye on. We don't have any disapproved ads, and we have some ads missing UTMs, so that's something that we gotta fix, and he even gives us the ad in question. So we could actually use the agent to fix it. So basically, it took the agent like 3 to 5 minutes to check all of that on my account, and it was able to give me a health check of my account. So now I know that everything seems fine. I just need to have a look at those ad sets still in learning, and I need to fix my UTM parameters, and I can plan that or pass that task to a colleague or another agent. So I can schedule that task, as I mentioned, so it runs every Monday or every day, and I never let issues in my account happen for too long. So this is a very good way to use AI and automation and an AI agent to do health check on your account on stuff that you usually don't check very often. Another very simple automation I like to use on my Meta account is a quick weekly check on the performance. because when you come on a Monday morning at the office, you want to check the performance of your different accounts. So you can build dashboard, you can build Looker Studio or other type of automation, but usually it takes time, it breaks all the time, and you don't actually check it, and you go back into the account checking the performance. I like to personally have my agent just give me a small table with the performance for the past 8 weeks, and a small comments about the results, and basically which creative works and which creative didn't really work last week. So how am I doing that? I'm basically just giving a prompt to the agent, telling him exactly what to do. So the agent will connect to my account, pull the data from the API, and basically create that mini report just for me. The good thing is that once I get my prompt correct and I have the output that I like, I can basically reuse that prompt on all of my different agents and all of my different meta ad accounts. And I can also schedule the task. So that task run every week on a Monday morning. So when I come to the office, I have all my weekly performance report ready for me to check. So my agent is done and he did exactly what I asked. So he gave me a table with the past 8 weeks with the spend, the amount of leads, and the cost per lead, so I can quickly check and see my performance overall. And then he gave me the top 3 ads by leads for the past week, so I can quickly see which ads are actually bringing leads and which ads are spending money but not bringing any lead. So it's a very simple report, but it's very good to have that in one go, so it takes me just like 30 seconds to check and see if everything is wrong. So now what I can do, I can actually reuse that prompt, create a new schedule task here manually, and I will just name it weekly report. I paste my prompt and I set it up for every week, Monday at 8 a.m. I don't need a notification. I could have an email notification or Slack notification, but I have already so much notification, I won't do it. And this doesn't really need for approval, so we don't really care at this stage. And I can create the task. And now I have my weekly report that's going to trigger every Monday morning. So when I come to the office on a Monday morning, I just need to come to my agent, check the recent chat, and I will have my report done. So it's a very easy way to work effectively with an AI agent to get a quick view on your performance. So far, we've used the agent to run some analysis, to make some health check on my account and run some weekly reporting. So getting data from the account and analyzing the data. But I can also use my AI agent to actually take action in my account. In this example, we are going to create a campaign. So asking the agent to create a campaign from scratch. So I prepared a small prompt for my agent that I will just paste. So what's in the prompt? I will just mention to the AI agent which meta ad account they need to work in, what type of campaign I want, my naming, the optimization, like link clicks, the number of ad set, the targeting, so everything that the agent needs to be able to set up the campaign, the budget, the destination, you name it. So everything needed to set up a campaign. I give all that information to the agent, so campaign level, ad set level, ad level. What I'm going to do as well, I'm going to give an image to the agent, because so far I've given him instruction to write copies, but I will just give him the screenshot of Mark Effect, and then I will tell him to create the campaign. So I will launch the agent. As long as I'm asking the agent to make a modification in my account, which is creating stuff in my account, you can see here that I've selected the ask for approval setting, which means that the agent won't be able to create anything in the account if I don't click OK. So you will see at some point, the agent will request for my approval and I will need to press approve. So I give the go to the agent to actually modify my account. So let's wait a minute for the agent to work and create a campaign. Let's see if the agent needs more context or more information, like for example here, confirm the daily budget. So he has $30 a day, just an example. So if the agent is lacking information to be able to create a campaign, he will just ask like in this example. So now the agent is thinking, let's wait a minute for him to create a campaign. Here is the current ad account. You can see that I have all those campaigns, but I don't have that new test campaign. So let's wait for the agent to work, and then let's come back to the ad account. So what do we have here? So the agent you see here is requesting user approval. Okay, and you can see here that the chat came under the needs approval tab. So that's a new feature in Markifact. So now every time an agent needs approval for something, you don't have to go through all the chat to find it. It's right there under the need approval section in the sidebar. So here I can review my campaign name, the objective, the status, and everything, and I can approve. So you can see here, I've approved the campaign. So now the agent can actually create a campaign in my account. Second guardrail, we validated the campaign creation. Now we have to validate the ad set creation. Approve button, same thing. So now the agent can actually create the ad set, and we will have the same for the actual ad. And there we go for the ad, we approve. There we go, the agent finished working and it created the campaign, the ad set, and the single image ad inside the campaign. So let's go back into the ad account and refresh. And as you can see, my campaign is here created, optimizing for link clicks, so everything's fine. We have the ad set inside, and we have the ad here with the preview. So you see the agent drafted a copy, as I mentioned, and used my screenshot. So there you go. This is how you can use the agent to actually create campaign in your account for you in a minute. So another task that I really love to delegate to my AI agent is actually creating new ads, either in Meta or TikTok, because it could be really time consuming. You come on a Monday and you have to change 20 creative in your Meta campaign, and you have to click manually in Meta with all the bugs that you know in the interface. The agent can actually do that in seconds. So for example, here we have a campaign in Meta, we just have 1 ads, and let's say that we have to add 3 new ads. We can just ask the agent to do it, and he will do it for us in a matter of seconds. So I will just tell him in my campaign 01 test June, I need you to create 3 new ads, use different angles to promote our digital marketing automation tool called Markifact. And I will give, obviously, the agent the assets that I have. So for the example, it's just 3 screenshots that I have. There you go. And you can see here, I will actually change this parameter. So right now it's set up as we call a human in the loop. So when I ask the agent to do a modification in the account, like creating a campaign or an ad, the agent will always ask for my approval before creating or changing anything. But I can change that. I can change it, for example, to full access. It means that the agent, once I give him the task, will just do it and won't ask for my manual approval. So I don't have to push on a button to approve. The agent will just do it. I don't really recommend using that function. I always prefer to stay in the loop. It's just to show you that that new option is actually available in Markifact right now. So yeah, it's a very simple prompt. Let's give it to the agent and let's see if the agent has any question. And there you go. The agent finished creating my new ads in the current ad set in the current campaign. In this example, I've let the AI agent create new copy and put whatever URL and whatever links you wanted. You can give that information to the agent. For the example, I just gave him the image and said, okay, draft copies. But if you have add copies, if you have UTM, if you have specific parameters, if you have anything specific, just give it to the agent and the agent will use your content and not invent content. So let's go back here in the campaign, let's refresh. And you can see that my 3 ads are now created and actually in review. I used 3 ads. I could have uploaded 20 or 50. It doesn't matter. Okay, it's API call, so we can do high volumes. So this is really, really helpful because you know how it is in Meta. You need a high volume of creatives and rotate them very frequently, and doing it manually takes a lot of time. So I use the AI agent to do that job pretty efficiently. If you want to start working with AI agents, link is in the description. Go to markifact.com, create an account, connect your different advertising account, and start chatting with the AI and create your own AI agents. Add them skills, create scheduled tasks, and start really using AI to manage your Meta ads account.